in the last class we derived the Planck's black body radiation distribution function for which more or less he was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1918, but the Nobel Prize says his Nobel Prize is for quantum statistics, right. So he got the Nobel Prize in 1918. What we saw yesterday was an abridged proof of his theoretical development, but I think most of the important points were covered. In today's class we will look at the Planck's distribution further and try to see if we can extract more information from the Planck's distribution. Okay, we will also look at okay, we have been seeing only the mathematical form. If we plot the Planck's distribution versus lambda, how does it look? How does it look for various temperatures? Can we derive additional information from this and so on? So that will be the goal of today's lecture. Okay, so let's start with the Planck's distribution. From now on we will jettison this or we will get rid of this Planck. IB lambda means it is only Planck. Okay. C1 was 1.198, is it? 19? Okay. As students of radiation you must remember all this. You must remember C1, you must remember C2 and you must remember sigma. You do not have to remember C1 and C2 even. If you know H and Boltzmann constant K, you can get C is equal to 2H C naught squared, C2 is equal to H C naught by K. Okay. Now when C2 by lambda T is much greater than 1, divided by e to the C2 by lambda T is much greater than 1, therefore e to the power C2 by lambda T must be much greater than 1. This becomes, so what is this? IB lambda, it's not related. IB lambda? Ah. So when C2 by lambda T is much greater than 1, it means it is valid for very short waves, very short values of lambda, good for short wavelengths. Okay. Because C2 by lambda T is, when will C2 by lambda T be much greater than 1? When lambda T is very small. So for short wavelengths it is a reasonable approximation. When C2 by lambda T by lambda T is much less than 1, what is this now? Rayleigh Jeans. So, the Wien's distribution and the Rayleigh-Jeans distribution are two asymptotes to the Planck distribution. While the Planck distribution is valid for all values of wavelengths, the Wien's distribution as well as the Rayleigh-Jeans distribution are valid for some portions of the electromagnetic spectrum. Okay. So, good for and you can do a good exercise. C2 by lambda t equal to 10, C2 by lambda t is equal to 100, C2 by lambda t is equal to 1000. Find out IB lambda from Planck's, find IB lambda from Rayleigh-Jeans or Wien and compute the percentage error, and you will be in a position to understand what is the penalty you pay for using an approximate expression for the two asymptotic limits. Is it okay? Now, so far we have seen only the mathematical development. What does IB lambda look like when plotted on a graph sheet? Okay. So, some books also plot EB lambda versus lambda. Okay. Watts per meter square, okay. Let us take T equal to why are we so much worried about this 6000 Kelvin? Sun temperature. Okay. So, please calculate for lambda equal to 0.5 micrometer what should be the I lambda for the sun, for the radiation from the sun. Okay, I want this value. Suppose I am having this point, what is the value of IB lambda? Please calculate. So, I will say lambda equal to 0.5 micrometer. Some 10 to the power of 6, 7, 8, 9, what is it? Huh? Okay. So, okay, so it is 3.2 10 to the power of 7. Okay. If this is 0.5, one 1.5, okay, 0, 0.5, 1. Please calculate at 2 micrometer. Please calculate, Please calculate at 2 micrometer. And somebody else should calculate at 0.1 micrometer. With 3 points, we will try to generate a curve. .6. Okay, so we will keep this. How do we start? Hmm? Let's keep this as 10 to the power of 7, 10 to the power of 8, 10 to the power of 6, and we don't worry about this. Yeah, what did you say, Vikram? This 1.6. Yeah, now calculate at 0.1 micrometer. 457? 457.2. That's all. That is 0? We can take it as 0? Okay. Okay. So, now, in fact, it's an exploded view. I mean, the scale is very much stretched. If you put lambda equal to 0 to 100 micrometer and all that, it will become the curve will become sharper. Okay. Now, I can have various curves. So, this is, let us say T equal to 3000 Kelvin, I will say T equal to 1000 Kelvin. You can check it, you can shove in all the values into your calculator and then get the function out. Okay. What are the important features of this IB lambda? Is everybody through with this? So, what are the important features of this IB lambda with lambda? Point number 1, IB lambda is a continuous function of lambda, it is never discontinuous. For every value of lambda there is an IB lambda, point number 1. So, you can see, so you can put the title as Planck's distribution salient features. IB Planck distribution salient features, point number 1, IB lambda continuously varies with lambda. Okay. Number 1, IB lambda continuously varies with lambda. Number 2, for every temperature there appears to be a peak. Okay. For every temperature there appears to be a peak. For every temperature, not there, there is a peak. Okay. For every temperature there is a peak. Point number 3, for a given lambda, IB lambda increases with temperature. Is that clear? You take any lambda, IB lambda for 1000 Kelvin is here, IB lambda for 3000 Kelvin here. And it is also intuitively apparent from the second law of thermodynamics that more the temperature, higher will be the IB lambda. Okay. So, for every value of lambda, IB lambda increases the temperature. Okay. Number 4, the peak of the IB lambda keeps shifting to the left, that is the peak of the IB lambda keeps shifting to the left for increasing temperatures. Okay. How do we get this peak? We have to get the peak now, we have to do some calculus, we will do that now. you want to answer this question, okay. Therefore, I do not want to differentiate with t because I know anyway it keeps on increasing with t, only with lambda it increases and decreases. Therefore, if I put d by d lambda and make it equal to 0, there is hope that will become stationary. I can get that value of lambda, okay, or lambda t, which will give me the maximum of I by lambda, okay. Now let us do the okay. So, I am integrating by parts, differentiating by parts, okay. I take this as e to the power of C2 by lambda t minus 1, I take it as a product. So, first minus 5 lambda minus 6 divided by this plus I take the lambda to the power of, okay, then e to the power of C2 by lambda t minus 1 inverse will be minus 1 divided by e to the power of C2 by lambda t minus 1 whole square multiplied by into e to the power of C2 by lambda t into minus 1 C2 by lambda square t. Why? And differentiating with respect to Vishwas, you are able to see the board? Maximizing the distance from the teacher, okay, that is your objective. No, I am just joking, don't. You went through the optimization, isn't it, course. Minimax criterion, remember minimax criterion, okay, fine. Now this fellow has to be equal to 0. Okay, I am going to work on this, since it is being recorded we will do it fresh, okay. So minus 5 minus what happens, there is a minus again, right, is that right? Yeah. Is that okay? Yeah, now we start cancelling. Okay, now minus minus gets cancelled, so 5 okay. Let C2 by lambda t be equal to x. we need to solve for x. Unfortunately, it is a nonlinear equation or a transcendental equation which has to be numerically solved. If you solve this equation, you will get that x plus or x star. X star is that value of C2 by lambda t which will make IB lambda stationary. Okay, you can take this, we can do it, wait. So, this is called a transcendental equation. I have to numerically solve this. Let me use the method of successive substitution. So, I will rewrite the algorithm as, rewrite the equation as right. So, I will say this is the algorithm. Start with some xi, get xi plus 1, treat this xi plus 1 as the next xi, keep on doing it till xi plus 1 minus xi divided by xi modulus is less than or equal to some acceptable criterion. That is called the convergence criterion. It is also called the, what did we call it in the earlier course? Stopping criterion, correct. Let us do this. Let us start with a good, start with x equal to 3. Do not start with 4.85, Deepak, you are cheating. Start with x equal to 3. You can start with 100 also. Let us start with 3. Is everybody through with this algorithm? Okay. So, you have to put a tabular column. Iteration number xi plus 1 and error. Okay. Iteration number. That is called the norm. Okay, it is called the norm square. Norm is one usual criterion applied. Okay. Now 1 3. So e to the power of 3 minus 1 divided by e to the power of 3 into 5 is the xi plus 1. What do you get? So what do you get? 4 point? Yeah, error 1.75 whole square. Samarjit, tell me the error. 1.75 whole square. 755 or 75? Fine, okay. Now use this value of 4.75 as the value of xi. Error.
So 0.04.
No. I want 3 decimal places. 960? Yeah. It has become silly already, error? Please tell me. 10 to the minus
1.96 10 power minus 4.
Now we'll kill it. 4.964 should give 4.965. 1 into 10 to the minus 6. Stop. Okay. So the root of this equation phi equal to x e the x by e the x minus 1 is 4.965. We can solve it using the Newton-Raphson method also, but it is painful because e to the power of x by e to the power of x minus 1, but the gain is instead of 4 iterations, first hit or second iteration it will hit, you will get the answer, because you know that it has got what type of convergence? Quadratic convergence. Okay. Therefore, x star two 2898 micrometer Kelvin. It's called the Wien's displacement law. Okay. You do not require Planck's theoretical distribution to get this, from curve fitting also you can get. People could have done measurements for 5 temperatures and then they could have found out why lambda max into T is 2898, then what should be the IB lambda which will ensure that lambda max T is 2898. So, lot of people would have tried different things. Only if you put E is equal to NH nu or E dash is equal to NH nu, you will get the correct black body behavior. Okay. So this is the Wien's displacement law. It is a very profound result. It is a very profound result. You thought it is simply some mathematics, we differentiated something, and now look at the sun's temperature 6000 Kelvin. So the lambda max corresponding to solar radiation is half a micrometer, because this is 3000, this is 6000. So lambda max for solar radiation is 0.5 micrometer. So very important, because 0.5 lies in the visible part of the spectrum. That is why you are having daylight. That is why Earth is so habitable. If the sun's temperature were to be some 12,000 Kelvin, around 24 hours you require light, because there is no sun, there is no photosynthesis, blah 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 blah. Are getting the point? Lambda max is 0.5 micrometer, and 0.4 to 0.7 is a visible part of the spectrum. That is why from incandescent bulb we went to tube light, because daylight we want to mimic daylight, CFL, LED, because we want to have a light which is equivalent to, we want the lighting should be equivalent to what we have outside in a normal daylight. Is that clear? Now my temperature is 37 degrees centigrade, okay. The shirt temperature is 37 degrees centigrade, 310 Kelvin. Suppose this green color, were to be because of emission. So for 300 Kelvin, what will be the temperature? What will be the lambda? Okay, 10 micrometer is in the visible part of the spectrum. That is in the infrared. What does it mean? This is green because it reflects, it absorbs all the other wavelengths. So from Wien's displacement law we can understand for all practical purposes color is basically based on reflection rather than emission. If you want to see really emission temperatures based on emission, you have to take iron rod, heat it in the smithy, heat it red hot, then whatever temperature you are getting is the emission temperature. Otherwise this the color of this chair is red because it is because it is reflecting red. Are you getting the point? So color can be because of reflection, can also be because of emission. Is that okay? Then the fundamental question is why is the sky blue in color, Raman, scattering, all that, this leads to all those questions. So the Wien's displacement law is a very powerful law. Is that okay? So where you want your suppose you want to selectively absorb some radiation, where do you want, what should be the characteristics of your plate and all that, that should be based on the temperature of the source. Then IB lambda corresponding to the source, you ensure that you want to capture the maximum amount of radiation in that portion of the spectrum where its maximum also is there. Are you getting the point? What is the point in having high absorptivity in the wrong part of the spectrum? Okay, you cannot be a good solar designer unless you are a stud in electromagnetic radiation and you are good in radiation loss. Is it okay? Now let us look at something which is even more interesting. IB lambda I did not do anything except to write the Planck's distribution, but I would like to do something now. I want to look at this. I just want to take IB lambda divided by T to the power of I and see what is the story. By innocuously dividing by a simple quantity like T to the power of I, right hand side I am getting a very profound result. What is that result? The right hand side is a function only of, is a function of lambda T only, okay. Therefore I get only one curve. Because lambda and T I have fused, I have merged, okay. So the units are very difficult for this. Watts, radian, this fellow, now there is an acid test of whether you understood the developments in today's class. This corresponds to very good 2898 micrometer Kelvin, that is the story, okay. This is max. Okay. Lambda T. It doesn't matter.
Then the deviation will be valid.
No. I am taking, if you take a lambda T product, body is at 500 Kelvin, it is emitting radiation at 0.4 micrometer, 0.4 into 500 or 0.4 into 2000. I am finding out IB lambda by T to the power of 5. All the curves merge into one curve, you do whatever you want, you have the equation, go to Excel and keep doing it. Finally everything will fuse into one curve, that is called the universal black body distribution function. This is called the universal. See, in that the maximum occurs at lambda max T is 2898, which is basically the result you get from Wien's displacement law. Okay. If you get the area under the curve and treat it to be unity, then between two particular lambda 1 to lambda 2 you can find out what is the fraction which is emitted in a particular band. That is very important for a solar collector. What is a, for example, you want to design a solar collector, what is the percentage of radiation which is absorbed or for example emitted in the visible part of the spectrum. So you will have to find out this fraction. So black body radiation function, these are called F function charts. What is the fraction which is absorbed? In the next class I will distribute the charts, we can solve some problems. So if IB lambda by is divided by T to the power of 5, then the curves get displaced. The curves get displaced such that only one curve emerges, which is the universal black body distribution function. Therefore some people argue that because certain curves get displaced, this should be the Wien's displacement law and not this. This is actually the Wien's displacement law, all the curves are getting displaced and they become one curve. Is it okay? Fine. What happens if the Planck's distribution is integrated? Okay. So you integrate over the hemisphere, no d lambda, sorry. Correct? Particular lambda only. No, I am still having black body is diffuse into cos theta, right? Correct? This we can replace it as okay. I could have simply written like this. I am just writing it so that you are able to recollect what we did in an earlier class. Now EB of t correct. It is not easy to integrate this. So you can you are already able to see that it is not going to be easy. Let us try if we can do something with this. Okay. So already we introduced an x was C2 by lambda t, and once we introduce x it was easy for us to get the Wien's displacement law. Therefore common sense demands, or common sense at least tells us, it hints that we can try with x equal to C2 by lambda t and see whether we can proceed a little further. Okay, so first what will happen to the limits of the integration? we are doing it at a particular temperature, we are integrating only with respect to lambda, all this is for a particular temperature, black body at a particular temperature. Yeah, what will happen to the limits? Okay, this is 0 to infinity, huh? Infinity to 0, okay. So therefore, pi no, I am not really doing justice, okay. I will write the simple things first. Much more work is required, okay, we will do that. Okay, dx what are the, did you give some numbers? Why don't you give numbers? What this 3, yeah? We'll give assign number 3. It's easier. What happens now? Oh, minus comes again. I can change it to, no, I can get rid of the minus. I can make it again 0 to infinity. Okay, no problem, isn't it? Lambda to the power of minus 5 C2 by lambda square t e to the power of C2 by lambda t minus 1 dx. So EB of t is now some pi was there, right? Pi C1 is there. Okay, so pi C1 C2 by 0 to infinity. I made a mistake.
Until lambda square t by c2.
No, here dx into no. Yeah, okay. So d lambda, yeah, wait. Correct? So lambda squared t by C2, then minus C2 got cancelled, okay. So it's all slippery, so I have to be careful. So pi C1 by C2, huh? Where is the t? I am getting one more t. There is no t here. Okay, now lambda cube, huh? What do I get here? Lambda cube okay, lambda to the power of minus 3 1 by lambda cube, yeah, t C2 is there, I have taken out, that is it. Why did I do this? E to the power of x minus 1 dx, okay. I can put again lambda equal to correct, lambda equal to C2 by xt, therefore x2 x cube divided by yeah. Now we have to integrate x cube dx by e to the power of x minus 1. It is not easy to integrate. Some special formulas are derived for that, but we now know the result, right. Please note that I have taken t out of the integral because the integration is with respect to x or lambda, right. Now this is where people have integrated this and they found that this is equal to pi to the power of 4 by 15. If you do not believe this, the assignment is coming. So, numerically you will integrate using Simpson's rule, trapezoidal rule, Gauss quadrature, whatever. Now we are home, EB of t equal to, now you put in all the values. So, this is that AC by 4 from thermodynamics. Huh? Now please, you should get 5.67 10 to the power of minus 8. That means we are home. If you do not get that, then we have made some fatal mistake somewhere. Deepak is checking. Huh? 5.67 Sampath, okay, you can give that concession to me. So then 5 point, okay, so this is 5.67 10 to the power of minus 8. What I am trying to tell you is, this is like the sun of the solar system. Planck's black body distribution, I put the Planck's law, his picture, and the year he got Nobel Prize. Now for the limit lambda C2 by lambda t is very small, Rayleigh and Jeans. When C2 by lambda t is very large, Wien's law, right? When you differentiate, you get the Wien's displacement law. When you integrate, you get the Stefan Boltzmann's law. Okay, so one picture says it all. How many classes we spent to derive all this? Okay, now, but it's I thought about it yesterday, so I gave the framework. My PhD student put all these things together, put the picture, and I'll make copies and give it to you. Okay. Yeah, this is all from internet, so make it more colorful. Black body radiation. So there are three surfaces given: surface temperature of the sun, carbon arc lamp, and lamp filament. You can see the visible part of the spectrum is here. IB lambda versus lambda looks like this. Okay, it is also of interest to physicists, astronomers, and all these people are interested in this, right? And you can see that the IB lambda non-linearly increases with temperature. Okay, for 3000, 4000. So obviously they are looking at celestial bodies. They are having high temperatures. We are looking at 300, 373, maximum 1200, 1500. That is the engineering temperature. We are not worried about 6000 is the limit for us. After that we are not interested, but if they are looking at stellar dynamics, they are looking at the radiation from other stars, they want to find out interplanetary distance, they are proposing some new theories in astrophysics, people like Hawking and all those people will be interested, okay.